Hello there, Virgo. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading is going to be for Virgo for December of 2020. I can't believe the whole year is over. Well, for everybody who's new out there, I pulled 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. And we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading, hopefully to bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a weird speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Guess that makes all of you Virgos named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You'll get a more comprehensive view of the month. I do not believe the cards will go week by week. I think they're going to blend in and out throughout the month as like an overall theme, I suppose, for the month. I hear a word around us, and I have a short message, and the word is like responsible. Like I'm the one that's responsible for everything, but that's usually the way it goes. But I heard 2 words, and I think maybe it's coming up around a lot of us because the holidays are coming up, and the word is practical. It's like we need to be responsible, or it's going to be like a more responsible or practical holiday than we ever had before, you know? We're very generous and stuff, but it's like, all I can see is us like thinking about what, if I had children, that's an example. What do they need, not versus what do they want? So the energy is a message of like that. Like if I was giving a gift, what does the person need, not what do they want? So it's practical and grounded type of energy, even though I'm kind of celebrating, but it still feels like that practical grounded. We have good words. They are willingness, obedience, resilience, responsibility, just like that original message, and joy. And then we get these cards, and I was like, whoa, what in the world's going on here? I just know that we Virgos can make it through anything. We are tough. We're the ones that do the details, and we keep things in order and in line. And I'm thinking, well, we're going to really have to, but I do know we have the energetics of fresh beginnings and things like that. So maybe being responsible now is what's going to benefit us right down the line, you know, like in the future. Maybe that's the energy of it. Our first card on the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Cups. And I was like, already off the bat, we already got it. It indicates some type of a situation around us where the only solution, or we feel the only solution that we have, is to turn our back on it and to basically go in another direction. So what's there either isn't working out the way we expected it to, or it isn't even all that important to us anymore. So that's the energy I feel for a lot of us. If we are doing the walking away, it's like that. I don't even want to be bothered with it anymore, you know, because there's 8 really nicely stacked cups here, and this person's turned their back on them and walking in the opposite direction. This can be something simple, like maybe the kids came home over the holiday with laundry included, if for those that are in college or something, or I'm the one responsible for all the holiday get-togethers. Everybody shows up on me, and, you know, I'm the one that said, maybe I just don't want to do that this year. It costs too much and blah, 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 or whatever, and I stop it. So, you know, maybe we're abandoning these cups because it was an effort that we made in vain, and now we just are going to change our mind about it. So we could be wishing things were different, you know, but we know that they aren't, you know? So we have to let go. So it's time to cut our losses, anything that's holding us back, and get out of this any situations that have failed us, you know, despite our best efforts. And if anybody's going to give it their best, it's going to be we Virgos. We always give it all, and we give the best. We never hold back. It's always what is the right thing to do that's foremost in our brains. And I don't think people think that about us right off the bat, but it is actually true, I mean. But usually sometimes this can refer to a relationship that has reached its end, or such a state of deterioration that the only solution is to walk away from it. Maybe a friendship for some of us, you know, something that is holding us back from our joy, because the Eight of Cups, cup energy is emotional energy. What's holding us back from our joy? What's making me responsible still to something that, how do I want to say this? Something that I really don't choose to be responsible for any longer. Or maybe the kids, simple thing. It's like they're going back to school, but they'll be back again, you know, a little bit later, but they will be back. It's that kind of energy. It doesn't feel like, for the most of us, it's going to have this major type of an influence, but for others of us, it really is going to have an influence. And I think this card here is probably going to be what, I don't know because I can't put it or place it in one area of your life. Am I walking away from a relationship, or I'm unwilling to take on all this responsibility because it's not a practical thing this year for some of us? And I'm saying that because now we got a 5 and we have the 5 of Pentacles. And this is the one Pentacle card that actually has kind of a negative thing with it. It's it suggests like financial loss, like maybe financial loss, business problems, material lack in some way. It can also indicate some type of a spiritual bankruptcy that's at the root of some kind of unfavorable condition that's happening right now, you know, to me. So this 5's a warning that money could possibly soon be very tight, that losses can happen or occur. So I'm going to have to watch. Maybe that's why our original message, being practical, you know, or a type of support that I was counting on won't be forthcoming, like a grant or a stipend or something like that I thought I was going to get is not going to come. Now, I know this is a 5. 5s represent change. So the number 5 is change. It is adapting to things. But this 5 to me is almost like a 2. So I see it as, how do I use this right? Not versus, oh my God, everything's going to fall in. I always see it as right behind. The premise behind the card is this is a church window right behind them. Usually there's snow in the car and the kid's bleeding and the woman's crying and all of this stuff, and it's just terrible. But the premise is there is help. That's the premise. We Virgos never ask for help. So what it tells me is have a backup plan. And it would be to me just like a 2 energy. So if I was, 2 is about making a choice. Let's say with this 5 of Pentacles, I was going to a bank for a loan for a new car and I have to have a new car. Let's say this is just an example. I go to my bank, they say, okay, you got the car, Virgo, don't worry, you've been banking with us for 20 years. And then the last minute they say, oh, we're not giving out any new loans right when I'm going to sign for the car. I would have went to a couple other banks. You know, maybe I'm going to go in, maybe I know work's going to be cut back. I'd use the Four of Pentacles energy right now. And I would sit on, that's the miser card. I might sit on some of my little pentacles or my money or my cash so that I don't experience this at all. Or if I was going to do a big major project right now, I might think about, well, George wanted to be involved in it, but he walked away at the last minute. Well, I can use somebody else if it still is important to me, because the card that we had before that, right, was I'm walking away from something. So maybe whatever I thought was important to me before actually isn't as important to me right now as it was at that particular time. It's going to be a different circumstance for each and every one of us. But, you know, maybe I just couldn't take it. Here's an example. I couldn't take it at my job anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I walked away, but I'm worried now because I don't have any bucks, you know. But I'm going to make it, because next thing we have here is Five of Rods. And this is a battle type of energy, right? But it's another five. It's something is going to change. I have to adapt, right? So this is about competition. This is what the card's usually about. Competition in the marketplace, in the like global economy. So, you know, my job, my work, Rod's energy, Wand's energy, whatever you want to call it, usually business finance. So this particular one, this five, kind of signifies this mad scramble for power and money and greed and all the corruption and crap that goes right along with it. So it's a card about struggling in the marketplace, and that's going on worldwide. So it is a card about struggle in the marketplace, but I also know we Virgos are going to make it through just cause of the other couple cards that are coming up here. And one of them is going to look like another big old blip, actually. So this tells us new factors are moving into the neighborhood or into the situation that demands that we change, we grow, we adapt, you know. It's like life's not as simple as what it was. That's what the card means. Life is not, and it certainly is not. This may be December when you're getting this, but this is the beginning of November when I'm doing it. And I got a feeling there might be the hangover stage for a few more months yet going along with this. So new competition in the neighborhood, so to speak. And we have to put forth a hell of a lot more effort than we did before to keep what we've gained in terms of financial gain, material goods, because like I said, rods are business finance mostly, depending on, you know, the rest of this reading with this card in it. We can either go like really up there to great heights and get like new acquisitions of wealth or things like that, or we could suffer kind of some type of hardship. But I do not believe we're going to suffer the hardship for one reason, part of it because of this next card coming up, but I think we are coming out of this and into some type of a new cycling type energy. So to me, it's more of an exciting energy and having an alternative or a backup plan, walking away from, you know, something that isn't suitable for me any longer, and maybe going towards something better, bigger, separate, or different, you know, in a manner that's going to be better for me. So, because our next card here is the Empress. And the Empress is fertility. It's a birth energy. Birth, like we're in the position maybe of nurturing someone else or several people. It could take like this obvious form, like maybe we're nurturing our children, or somebody's sick and we're being supportive of them, that type of energy, a spouse, a friend in need. It can also refer to pregnancy. So some of us may be having children or something. That's why we're worried about money or something. Or it could refer to the desire to want to get pregnant. But it means it's appropriate for us to give this kind of nurturing to others right now, because we would have the inner strength to be able to do it, and we wouldn't be depleting ourselves. So the card itself is about new creative ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to mean a birth of a child. Creative ideas coming into my mind, fresh new starts. A birth of a child is like a fresh new start, a new beginning, a new life, that kind of energetics. So if I think a lot about it along those lines, right, then I could think about it as in a new life path coming towards me, the beginning of a new life path coming towards me, something that's more appropriate to me now, something that I'm being led by being obedient, being responsible, being resilient, and I'm willing to move forward. So it's fresh start, fresh new beginning, just like new birth, right? Because our next card here, now don't panic, Virgo, is the Ten of Swords, and that's a pretty darn scary card. You know, swords in his back, blood all over the ground. And I got these cards originally because I like to break colors. And this really looks like blood, trust me when I tell you. But look at the card. It's a 10. 10 means fresh new start, new beginning. It means this 10 of Swords, it's a difficult card, right? But its appearance means the beginning of the end of a cycle of trials and tribulations, the period that was tough that we were going through. So it signifies the new cycle is coming into our life. A brand new cycle is coming to us, and we have to clear away the debris or walk away, like our first card, clear away the debris of the old cycle in order to, and actually, you know, and sweep the last dust bunny out the door. It's in order to start fresh. So it's a card about clearing the past that was holding us back and having a fresh, wonderful new beginning, new birth with the energetics of that Empress card. So it's a statement about needing to make a clean break with the past and all of its, all the crap that went with it, all of its pain and suffering and everything that went with it. Whether it means that we're going to change a career, you know, or maybe divorce somebody because we have that walk away energy there, or move across the world to change something or a new place, or even change a traditional belief that we held sacred for years and years, you know, to cleanly make the break and leave no loose ends. So it's time to see a situation clearly, just exactly like that Eight of Cups. See a situation clearly without the previous illusions that clouded our vision. And then we move forward into this new start. We have both things, you know. We have the Empress, we have this, as means the new cycles here, it's ready to start, you know, and if we're looking at it like that, money might be a little short, but in the long run, we have new competition, but we're going to make it through. We just aren't going to stick with an old way that has not been working for us, right? And we don't feel is going to be working for us even more, you know, or work less for us basically in our future. So to me, this is a time of us deciding in our life, you know, like here, it's like a decision process. How am I being shown that, or where, that's what I want to say. Where am I being shown something to walk away from to make my life better? And then proceed to alter it. That's what they're saying to say. Where am I being shown? Like to drop things that are bothering me, to pick up my new things, my new future in a responsible manner that's going to bring joy and happiness and like more life. What am I willing kind of to leave behind in order to go into the new and more appropriate cycle? And how better to do that than to maybe go within, think, listen to what my spirit is telling me, you know? Because I feel like for we Virgos this month, it's going to be a month of like really adapting rapidly to whatever's going on and staying in that lifted up energy throughout the whole time. Like really finally feeling joy deep down in, because it's like being led by the hand to the new beginning. The other thing too is this can be recovery, someone recovering from surgery or illness. I could have been taking care of them, and maybe with the walk away energy, it is that they are getting better, or I am better, you know, now. But whatever it is, I feel this energy of our hand being held throughout it. It's interesting. Our angel card, trustworthy guidance. Take some downtime, Virgo, and listen to what's going on within you. It says, we've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayer. This idea is real, it's trustworthy, and you can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every single step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything you need related to the idea. That's going to be because the Empress's ideas really, really sit with this and think about, what do I need? What do I need to let go of? What do I truly like need and want for the future? It says the angels gave you this card because you want to believe in your ideas, which are answers to your prayers, and you can trust them. You will be supported as you move forward to put your ideas into action, as long as you check in with your angels regularly for continued guidance. If you ever feel vulnerable, ask your angels to reassure you with emotional, spiritual, and material comfort. Remember that 5 of Pentacles. There's always another way. Don't worry about the details, as they'll take care of themselves as you go along. Go for it. Your idea is valid. It's divinely inspired. You are safe to make the changes and move forward. Well, Virgo, I don't know what's going on this month, but it's going to be interesting. Well, this is our reading. I want to tell y'all thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me, or just go neb about me, or if you need to set an appointment with me, all the information's down below the screen in the About section. It'll be over at the website. And over at the website, 2 short videos. One explains the prayer class I did for you guys. The other, the sutras that I did. The prayer class is 2.5 hours long. It explains how to format prayers, why to do them that way. And the sutras are simple thought forms you put in a meditation. Takes 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. But they're all over at the website, little 5-minute videos. So to all of you I met for 4 whole years of doing YouTubes now, everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell y'all, been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.